Good morning. Hello.
Hello,
Welcome to
hello.
Conversations to Raise Vibrations. I am your host, Lisa Kelly. And as always, I'm joined by the beautiful Elvira Hopper. Good morning to everyone. If you're joining us live,
Hello.
yay, we love it. We love it. We love engaging in comments. Hopefully, you've given StreamYard permission to share your name. Otherwise, it does just show up as Facebook user. So let us know who you are in the comment section. And if you're watching later, hit hashtag replay and let us know what you loved of this conversation. Elvira and I always strive to give you content that we feel that is going to be beneficial for you, that's going to help you wherever you are in your state of consciousness. We always try to do that. But we also, for those of you that are new, we also always do this authentically. So this is always channeled, if you will. It's always channeled from spirit. This is not something her and I pre-plan. It's always channeled. So, which to me also adds that level of excitement, right? This morning I asked, what do we all need to hear today? And this beautiful message came through. So I'm really excited to be talking about this today. And last
Yeah.
but not least, please jump over to our YouTube channel and please like, share, and subscribe that beautiful channel, because I'm sure there's people not on this group that could use this message as well. So please feel free to share that with them. Good morning, MJ. Good morning, Janet.
Hello, MJ and Janet.
So beautiful. I love seeing names pop up. It makes me so excited. So this
Yes.
morning, we have a beautiful message, and it kind of comes. I had a client this morning, and I pulled a very simple card for her. I pulled a card for her that said, I lean on certainty and faith. I change my mind about the world I see. And her piece is all around trusting and trusting herself and her guidance she's getting. And I thought, oh, that's such a beautiful message. I'm going to sit today, I think, and I'm going to channel one for our group. And I have one of my favorite decks. They're called the Sacred Rebel
Mm.
deck. And I just shuffled, and one fell out onto the floor.
Oh,
Yeah. So we pay attention to those cards.
yes.
I pulled this up, and the card is trust yourself.
You can't make this shit up.
Okay. Here's a message in this for me and everybody as well. So,
Yes.
Vera, with your permission, do you mind if I just read the first part of this?
Oh, please do.
Okay. So, you are wise. You know how to grow, even without knowing how you know. Like the ancient forest, spectacular galaxies, and the acorn that becomes the oak. There is a natural intelligence for growth that is beyond logic and reason. It just happens. At the deepest levels, we are governed by this force that is so palpable it literally shapes the world. At the same time, it is so invisible, and sometimes we forget its presence and worry that our minds have to work everything out for life to happen and for us to be all right. We can become unnecessarily anxious about our affairs and how life will unfold. This oracle brings you the message that you are growing. You really are. Don't doubt it. Even if you don't see it yet, remember that so much is happening when that seed is still unbroken in the ground. Below the earth, it is summoning up all the might, power, and force it needs to push above the topsoil and burst into the light. It is essential for anything good to happen later on, yet we don't see any of it. We just have to trust that things will happen at the right time. And you are being asked right now to trust in yourself. And you know how, don't overthink things. And it goes on. But this part here, which I like, this oracle comes with particular guidance. You have a big destiny this lifetime and so much to experience. And it goes on. But I was just like, oh, wow. Okay. This coming at the time wanting to know if I'm on the right track. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's my sign. Right? So what do you think about that? Oh, you just went silent, Elvira. Yeah, there's no sound.
Oh, sorry. I just turned that off because my hubby was in the shower while you were
Oh,
reading. So I didn't, I was hoping it wouldn't be too loud. Sorry. So I got so many chills when you read that, Lisa. And it just feels so perfect for today because honestly, oh, it is just, we're in this group, right? We're in this beautiful group, women over 40 and ready to rock their
Yeah.
act too. People watching this on YouTube as well, are, hopefully women in that age group that want to rock their act too as well.
Yeah.
There's also some men who want to be, more informed and
Yeah.
be able to support us as well, right? The divine masculine supports the divine feminine. And I'm just so present to the fact that we all have a big purpose. We're all here in this group. This is a movement, right? This is a movement of women who are becoming more conscious. They're deciding that they're better than whatever their circumstances have been. This is what we do in my work as well. We have our IBTT moment. I'm better than this. And that you're here for more. You're here for a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
And to be able to trust and not have to have all the answers answered, right? Know
Right.
all the hows, right? To be able to just trust and say, I'm here for more. I feel that deep down at my core. Hey, that rhymes. I've never said that before. Another rhyme. So I'm here for more deep down in my core. And just to be open and surrender to whatever spirit asks you to do. And this is why meditation is so important, because
Oh,
when we
yes.
quiet the mind, we can listen to our heart and soul, right? Heart and soul. That's why we have a green banner. Heart chakra is
Yes.
green,
Thank you
right?
for pointing that out. Heart
Yeah,
chakra.
yeah. So it's about connecting to our heart and soul and trusting that we are exactly where we're meant to be, even in the shit of it, even as we're in that messy cocoon stage or dark as the seed under the ground, as you just talked about. It's just knowing somehow there's a little mustard seed of faith that you can trust that this is all happening for a bigger purpose, because
Even
you have a
more at
bigger
those
purpose.
sorry to interrupt you. Even more at those times when you're in the shit,
Yes.
in the dark,
Yes.
right?
Even more, where
It's
you
easy to
and
trust
that.
when things are easy. It's easy to trust when things are going smoothly.
Yeah, exactly. But when it's not, that's where you lean into community. That's where you lean into faith. That faith is blind, right? We don't, we don't faith is like the opposite of needing to know, right? Like faith is just knowing that everything is happening in a beautiful divine way, whatever that is meant to be,
Mhm.
and that we can't control everything, right? We can certainly work with spirit. We can manifest, at will, when we're able to. But when we're going through the dark times, and maybe we are in what I call like crap magnet zone, where we're not necessarily manifesting what it is that we really want because we're not able to, right? We're in such a low vibration. Those are the times where we have to invite in faith and
Yeah.
trust that we are exactly where we're meant to be.
Yes.
Does that resonate?
I love that. Every part of it resonates. And even if we are in the shit of it, somehow, right? Somehow it's okay. And we
Yeah.
will get through this. And Janet will know this because Janet also gets Abraham Hicks quotes daily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another you can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
Overwhelmment is about you not being up to speed with what you told the universe that you want. The
Yeah.
universe is building to you. You're just
Yeah.
not ready to receive it right now.
Yeah, exactly. When you're in a low vibration, you cannot receive the miracles that spirit wants for you. But
Right.
when your vibration matches, this your higher self, your
Yes.
higher purpose, your
Yes.
higher desires.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never said that before. Your higher desires. That when you're a match, when you're a vibrational match, that's when they find you.
Yeah.
That's when you can truly be a miracle magnet, as we
I
say in my work. So
love that. And something else I was listening to yesterday, the day before, everybody knows how much I love this man, Dr. Joe Dispenza. But he just said something quick, and I thought, this is really, really interesting to me because I've heard it 1,000 times, but something, just triggered it in my brain at that moment. When we're manifesting something, right, and trusting that we're going to receive it, we're already in the receiving mode. What
mhm.
manifesting something, but we're not, oh, I don't know, that's like a pretty big thing. I don't know if the universe can deliver that. I don't know if I can get that, like
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? And so you're not in that receiving mode, no
No.
matter, right? Your 5% of your conscious mind wants to be there. Your
Yeah.
95% of your
Doesn't
unconscious
believe it.
not
Yeah.
there. They don't believe it yet.
Yeah.
So you have to catch up to that. And I
Hmm.
believe that's what Abraham Hicks talks about as well. You have to catch up to that and believe it's already here. And here's
Yes.
the piece, let it go and trust. And
Yes.
that word again, it's trusting yourself you're on the right path. It's trusting
Yes.
the universe that you're on the right path. I really feel like this is a big message today
Oh,
coming through.
huge.
It just had a aha with listening to him yesterday, hearing these cards today. And then can I say one more? Um,
Hmm.
your mentor that you love, I get his quotes every day.
Hmm.
And I,
E.G. Marista. Yes.
yeah, and I loved his quote today and I wrote it down. Speak as though you had to pay $1,000 a word.
Oh.
Quote. So what if you, how would you speak about yourself? How would you speak to yourself? I use that as there's a trust piece in that.
Yeah.
How would you speak? Yeah, speak as though you had to pay $1,000 a word. So what are you saying to yourself? Are you trusting yourself? Or are you not trusting yourself? Are you trusting the universe and questioning everything? It's $1,000 a word every time you speak. I thought that was kind of
Mm.
so.
Cool. I missed that one this morning. I'll have to go back. Yeah.
I just bought it recently, so maybe.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I think to myself, we can turn all of that into that um, look of trust. If that, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this message was huge because I heard it yesterday, but I
Yeah.
missed it. I heard it twice today, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. Now I'm getting it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
So
I love it.
I just think, and as you said earlier, we're in this movement, right? Women over 40 and ready to rock their act too. It is a
Yeah.
movement, and I created it for that reason. It's such a movement because there's so many women
Yeah.
that lived their, unauthentic life. They weren't living
Hmm.
unapologetically you, as I like to say. And so they
Hmm.
weren't living that life, me, you included. And
Hmm.
so we're trusting our higher self, but we didn't know then. So there's no
Yeah.
blame or guilt. We
No
just
blame or shame. Yeah. Yeah. When you know better, you do better. And we've had to go through our shit to get to the other side. And it's not like it's perfect here either, but we have the tools and the teachings that support us to
exactly.
get back into our zone
Yeah.
when we leave it, because we are humans and we are, as much as we're divine, we're also in these human meat suits. We're human.
Right.
So it's about reconnecting to our divinity when we leave it, because life's going to throw us slings and arrows, right? Let's face it.
I like that.
And my God, I get a lot of them, but I'm also, able to leave that crap magnet zone so much quicker that you don't even know I was there.
Right.
That's what the inner work can do.
Yeah, 100%. And I was listening to, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hal Elrod, but he wrote The Morning Miracle, and his story is pretty incredible. I love his story.
Mm.
And I had posted it on my Instagram recently because, yeah, he was in a massive car accident. Like almost every bone in his body broken. Doctor said he was never going to walk
Wow.
again, and he was delivered this news, and he took it in and smiling, happy with everybody that would come into the room. And the
Wow.
doctors called his parents aside and said, "You really need to talk to him
Mm.
because we think he's suffering, like, and
Mm.
he's internally suffering. He's not really, he's, being happy, but he's not really showing us how he feels, right? So we think he needs some psychological treatment for this. It's a pretty big pill to swallow that you're never going to walk again." So his dad went in and he said, Hal, I just want to know how you're really feeling. And he said, "I'm fine, Dad. I'm okay." And his dad said, "The doctors are worried." And he said, "You know what, Dad?" He said, "You taught me 5 seconds. You've got,
Mm.
I might not be saying this perfectly, so don't quote me, but basically you have 5 minutes to feel how you're feeling and make a choice. You got to make a
Mm.
choice. I'm going to choose if I'm never going to walk again, I'm going to choose to be the happiest person on this planet. I'm going to trust." And his story, I'm not kidding you,
Wow.
his story, and listen to him because
Oh,
he walks again. He's amazing. He's a inspirational speaker. He is incredible. And not only that, when he got married, he had cancer and was told he was going to die. So, and he's still here. So
Wow.
it's all about trusting. He didn't know
Mm,
whether he was going to walk again or not.
yeah.
But he somehow found that inner strength to trust and choose to be the happiest person on the planet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of like when we go down and we have those down moments and we're stuck and we think nothing's happening, under the
Mhm.
ground. We've got this acorn, it's not growing. We can't see anything we can't see. You talked about the faith. Well, then it must be shit. My life is in the shit. You got
Mm,
two choices. You
yeah.
have two choices to think like that or move to a place of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your
Yeah.
higher power, whoever it is that you believe in.
Yeah.
But you need to move to that place of trust.
Yeah. It's your choice. Do you choose to trust? Because when we don't choose, that's so beautiful, everything you just said there, Lisa. And I find that, when people don't trust others, they're pointing their fingers at them, but
Yeah,
they've got six fingers pointing back at themselves. They actually don't trust themselves. So
100%.
this is where we have to go deeper and do our inner work so we can trust ourselves, so we can trust others. Because living in a world where you're distrustful of people,
Yeah,
it's not a happy place to be. If
no,
you can somehow trust that all is unfolding in a divine way and you are a divine being, a chip off the divine block that
yeah,
is here and is becoming who they need to be to fulfill their mission in this lifetime, and it doesn't always look like it, that seed is in the ground, the butterfly is in the cocoon, right?
no,
But we need to trust in those moments. That's where hang on to community that sees you, where, in our work, it's you feel safe, seen, celebrated, and supported. So even though you don't necessarily, see it all, you're seen for being the divine being that you are,
that.
and you hang on, and it does get to the other side. Like, I can't tell you the miracles that we've witnessed in the Love Your Vibe transformation community, where people have gone through some really, really hard things, and yet they were held by community and they're now on the other side, just like you and I, Lisa. We're doing Leap Into Your New Life right now, where we have this beautiful small community of women, where, again, any place I go, people are going to feel seen, safe, celebrated, and supported. And you believed in that too, and we've brought that to this beautiful group.
Yeah,
And it's about, even though you're not feeling great, it's about trusting that you are going through the right things. You're putting in the work. You're not just numbing out and pretending that, your life, well, I mean, let's face it, when we're not trusting, when we don't want to feel our feelings, we can numb out and just check out. And that's what most people on this planet will do. And they may die with their real music still in them because they haven't fully self actualized, right? So,
yeah,
this is about being in the right community where you can do your inner work and be held when you don't have a lot of faith and a lot of trust, but the community trusts you and
great.
sees you, and then you're able to get past it, right? Is it, like, I've never said these things before, but how
Oh,
do
I
you
love it.
feel?
I'm like hanging on your every word, so I'm super engaged in this, and I'm sure everybody else is too. I'm just gonna. Um, MJ says, "Trust that things will happen at the right time." Love this. Janet says, "Yes, it was a great quote today." Oh, from Abraham Hicks. Yes, Janet Shore. Trusting and choosing is so important and so freeing. I like that.
Mm,
It is very
freeing. Good word, Janet. Yes.
word.
So freeing. Because, yes, that's the other thing. It's like, when I talk to clients who have a hard time trusting, right? And they want to know how's this going to happen? And I just invite them, who do you need to become so that you can actually trust? And they get really present, and they're like, okay, well, I would feel confident even though I don't know the full staircase, what it looks like yet, right? But I would feel confident, I would feel calm.
Mhm, mhm,
I'm going to use Janet's word, I would feel free because
mhm.
I know it's going to be okay. And
That feels
I'm held
good.
by the universe, spirit, source, God. And they would show up like that in life, and you know what, they're going to receive what it is that they want, because they're showing up in a higher vibration state. See, our vibration is everything. The universe doesn't care what you say, what you do. It cares how you feel.
Yeah.
And that is brought on by your feelings bring on your vibration. And
I
when you're feeling gratitude for something before it even comes, right? That's another way we manifest, right?
Yes, that's the yes.
That
I was
feeling of gratitude.
Dispenza. Yep, keep going.
Yeah, yeah. That feeling of gratitude, that feeling of joy. Like, I know that I'm in the right place. And yes, it's kind of hard right now, but I'm going to have faith and I know it's going to be okay. I'm putting in the work. I'm doing the work. I'm part of this community. I feel so safe, seen, celebrated, and supported by them, right? There's no way that you're not going to get to the other side of that. And
Exactly.
and you're going to have ways of helping others too when you're on the other side of it.
Yes.
Make
I
sense?
love it. And put one foot in front of the other. Don't quit.
Don't
Don't give
quit.
up no matter what.
Have
Just
faith, trust, don't quit.
put one foot in front of the other. And there's a couple things that came to mind when you said you talked about numbing out. So I'm going to go back to my client. I
Mm.
would never mind me saying this, but she had an aha today. We kind of delved a little bit deeper
Don't you
because
love those moments?
I love it. So I pulled that card for her, specifically for her. Little did I know it was also for me, but I pulled it for her, thinking for her, and we got talking. We were delving deeper into what, like, something she's going through. And she's been listening to, she says, "Oh, I've been listening to," she's a beautiful soul, "all these podcasts and, YouTube shows about relationships and, hearing the perspective." And it just, I'm channeling. And I said, "Okay, I think you already have your answer." She has extreme anxiety when she gets close to this specific gentleman that she's with. And she's wondering if that's the, and I said, it's your higher self talking to you, and you're now looking for outside validation from all these information, from podcasts, from YouTubes, and that's
Mm.
filling your space with this. It's a form of numbing out. And
Yeah.
oh my god, oh, oh,
Escape.
it's
Yeah.
true. I never, she goes, "I always thought of, like, I don't watch Netflix, I don't watch shows." And I said, "That's just another form of numbing out." Whether you're
Yeah.
watching, reading a ton of self-help books, or, listening to podcasts or watching YouTube shows, it's a form of numbing out if it's on repeat all day long.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my God, I had no idea. Yes, you're right. It's so true. That just came to me." So that was
Yeah.
perfect. So, I invite,
Beautiful.
we might not be watching, but paying attention to what you're numbing out
Yeah.
strategies are, what you use to numb out, just paying
Yeah.
attention. Mine is
Yeah.
scrolling
Me too. I'm a scroller. Definitely. Definitely.
myself. I'm
But
like, "Okay, I got
But
to go."
even something healthy like going to the gym, that can be a numb out for some people, right?
Meditation can be a numb out. Like, people,
Yeah. Oh, that
yeah,
we yeah, spiritually bypassing, like oming it out. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
foaming it out. Perfect. And the other thing I was thinking of too is, when you were talking about manifesting and trusting, and things come to you when you just let it go, when you're in a
Mhm.
place of trust, that's when you build the alignment. And it
Mhm.
always reminds me, it's so synchronicity. Driving down my street, and we lived at a house just up the street from here. And we were, my husband's a contractor, a builder, so we built that. We were going to sell it. And every time I drove by this house, it was a ranch bungalow, red brick bungalow, double car garage. And I was like, "Oh," I said, "that's my house." And then I'd name, I named the number, and, "Oh, yeah, that's my house." Never thought anything of it. Like, I just let it go. I just knew I always
You
wanted a
just knew. You just
ranch
knew.
bungalow in South Burlington. Never thought anything else about it. I just would tell myself that as I drove by and look, "Oh, there's my house," and drove by, but literally did not hold on to it, didn't wonder when it was cut, nothing. I didn't even think anything about it.
Yeah.
And one of the neighbors said, "Oh, she's going to a retirement home. She's going to be putting her house up. You might want to talk to her." Okay. I knocked on her door, had a conversation. She was so excited that I wanted her house. And that's how it went. And we made
Wow.
a deal. And that's it. It was like boom, boom, boom. Because it was just a letting go, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it didn't matter. I think that was the big thing. If it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. You weren't attached. You weren't
that
attached and
more
it felt good. That
yes,
is how you manifest when you're not attached and it feels good.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that.
Love that. Yeah.
So, and that's just one example, but
Yeah.
it's that's just the way it goes. And
Yeah.
the problem is we get so hung up on why isn't this working? What when again I go back to the acorn under the ground, it 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 is, you just can't see it. It's the
You just
blind
can't see it. Yes.
trusting, right?
I love that. I
Message this
love that. Oh, this is such a beautiful conversation, Lisa. Yeah, and one that happened for me not too long ago. I'd like to piggyback onto your manifesting story. Is years ago, I said, I'm going to be an international speaker. I don't know how. I'm going to be speaking in India. That was my dream. I was working
Mhm.
with this beautiful South Asian woman hired me to speak at her event, and I said, Vandy, I can see us like going to India and I'm going to be speaking over there. She goes, oh, I totally see that too, Elvira. And that was it. Just let it go. So years and years went by. But when like last year, in the middle of COVID, this international speaking bureau, like one of the oldest on the planet, just said, hey, we want you. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, honestly, I don't speak, I channel. And they're like, we saw you online. We love you. And I'm like, dude, okay. So now I'm part of this professional speakers bureau. If you click on my link tree, you can hire me. But it's crazy, and now yeah, but I mean I've manifested so many amazing things from
Yes.
that state of like this is what I feel is right in my heart and soul. I knew I was meant to be an international speaker. I'm not that great a speaker, to be honest. I'm a pretty damn good channeler. Like it's not like I'm perfect and say everything the right way and have this great PowerPoint presentation. No, but I speak from my heart. I speak from my
Yes.
truth. I speak from my stories, and people do need those stories because they are transformational.
100%. You're relatable. And
Yeah,
that's what people and I think, and this is part of this movement, Elvira, is women over 40, ready to rock the rack too, ready to leap into their new life. I love that. And tired of the shit. We're leaving it behind. We're moving
yeah,
forward. We're going to live our life for us, authentically for
yeah,
us. And and what does that mean? It means I want authentic people beside me.
yeah,
And I want people who speak their truth. I don't want
yeah,
anybody can create a PowerPoint and
yeah.
right? Like write an essay using Chat GPT and there, right? Like
Don't
anybody,
get me started. Yeah. Yeah,
it's what's in here. And I think nowadays, at least that's how I'm feeling. I don't want to speak for the
yeah,
entire divine feminine planet, but I think most of us are feeling that now. It's like, okay, we need to leave this stuff behind. We need to really,
yeah,
come on, let's talk.
yeah,
What's here?
yeah, yeah,
We can
yeah.
trust
Oh,
in ourselves.
so
So
beautiful.
when you say that, I think you are a great speaker because of that. You're authentic, right?
Well, I don't care what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? That's me.
Everyone here thinks the
Even
same.
Yeah, even as a jazz singer on stage, I don't really give a shit if you like me or not. If you don't like me, don't let the door hit you in the ass. But honestly, it's about being me up there, telling a story through this song in my own unique way. And
Yeah.
there's only one of me. And so there's only like I'll never forget after one of my jazz shows, this woman came up crying and she was like, Elvira, you know what? I've gone around the world and I've heard all these jazz performers all over the world. And I've heard Girl from Ipanema 1,000 times, but I only understood what the lyrics meant when I heard it from you.
See?
And
Beautiful.
that made me cry because I was like, that is a beautiful story. It's a story
Yeah,
of unrequited love where the
yeah,
guy didn't have the courage to believe in himself enough to go speak to the girl, and she just kept walking by and she ignored him because he never had the courage to step forward and
right.
tell her how he felt, right? Oh, it just
So
makes me want to
beautiful.
cry. So that's what songs do, right? And people feel less alone when they see that their story is in a song that someone else has written. Oh my God, them too? Wow, I'm not alone, right? This is what music can do. Music can help us to heal in that way.
Yeah,
So to me, that is way more important than getting my perfect, notes, right?
agree.
I don't
I
really give a shit. When I hit a bad note, here's what I think. Someone in the audience is meant to hear me hit that clunker and go, oh, she only did this professionally at 51. Hell, she's not even that good. I'm going to go do my thing too.
yes,
That is what I'm here to do. I'm here to inspire you to go do your thing. I'm not just here
100%.
to, yeah.
100%. And there's so much in today's day and world. Like, I like what you say. If you don't like it, don't listen. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Not
Walk
everybody is.
on. Walk
Everybody's,
on. Yeah.
it doesn't mean there's so much in today's world. You got to comment and say what you like or you don't like, or, like,
Mm,
just move on. It's
yeah.
okay. We don't all think the same way. And guess what? It's okay.
It's
Like,
okay. Yeah.
it really is okay. We don't all have to think the same way and believe the same things. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's
Yeah.
I
And we're a beautiful example of that, Lisa. We
yeah,
don't let our differences get in the way. We focus on what we do believe in
yes,
most passionately, and we make
exactly,
that our purpose. So
exactly,
together.
exactly. You can either find the common ground
Yeah.
or the uneven ground and continue to argue. So
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That just came through. So
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
that's what Spirit wants you to know.
Yay.
I love you all for joining us. I'm so, so
Oh,
grateful. I'm so grateful for
so
this conversation.
grateful.
It was really needed, obviously. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you.
Mm,
And thank you for joining us all. So appreciate it. Again, please jump over to that YouTube channel. We would love to have more subscribers, more engagement on there as well. So like, share, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're watching later on replay, just hit hashtag replay and let us know what you loved about this conversation. And until next week, we will see you then.
mwah.
Bye for now.
Bye.
3, 2,